Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, Soulful Stitcher. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. This particular video is regular Flosstube, as far as like haul and whips and stuff, but also it's special because we're going to be talking about the details of the year of whips 2020. So to kick off things, family update. Everybody's doing great, no different than everybody else, just working, paying bills, and, doing what needs to be done. However, there's some really good stuff happening for my oldest son that's in college. He became the vice president of the National Black Accounting Club. He has an internship coming up in the spring of 2020 at a really prestigious accounting firm in Tampa. And then also he made it official with a young lady that he was, I guess you could say, seeing, so to speak. And he asked her, to make it official. And of course, she said yes, not official in the sense of marriage, but in the sense of courting and getting to, really get to experience different things on a different level that possibly could lead to marriage down the road. My son, he just, I guess through observation, you could say, observation of life, things that he has seen on TV, things that he's seen growing up, things that he's seen within, family, things he saw within friends, things that he experienced on college campus, and he just wanted to do things different than everybody else. So he really took his time and being selective in the person that he wanted to be a part of his life, because he didn't want to be that type of individual that has many different women or whatever you could say. He just wanted to wait until the right one came along. The biggest thing is, I've been praying for him and, both of them, actually, both of my sons, because the other one is single too. Yeah, we're not even going there. But, praying for him and the woman that he chose to be in his life, that it would be somebody for him and eventually somebody that he could build a life with. So, I'm just interested in seeing what's going to happen. I will either get to meet her for the first time at Christmas, or I will get to meet her for the first time on my birthday. And there's just some different things, when they go out on dates to have dinners and stuff like that. He sends me pictures, and she is a gorgeous young lady. So I'm really looking forward to getting to know her. And then there's just a small little rant, that I just want to talk about really quick. Quite a few Stitchers are connected to me by Facebook. And how can I say this? There was an incident where I chose to be unkind, you could say, because this particular individual had posted a picture of a woman, or he, she, however you want to put it. This teacher had invited this drag queen to come to read stories to some children at a school. However, when you click on the picture, because of course you're interested in reading the story. Well, first of all, the way that the story was labeled, it was just saying some unkind things about the teacher because of the fact that she chose this type of individual to come and read stories to the kids. But it's kind of misleading, because when you click on the picture, it actually takes you to this story, I could say, about schools in Texas that are implementing a really inappropriate, in my opinion, sexual education course to third graders. And it really just gets deep in topics that I feel, in my opinion, that are just inappropriate, in my opinion, overall, at a certain age, except for high school. I think that that's just a topic that children should have with their parents. I think, I just think that that's a topic that should be shared with the parents. But the way that the picture was posted, this particular individual, made a choice in their past to where they got charged with prostitution. So it made it seem like because of this particular individual coming to read stories to children that made a mistake or chose a different path of lifestyle, that some way or another, that's tied into producing this curriculum for third graders, which is absolutely not true. And then also trying to create panic and hype and ignorance, through people about this individual. And I got really upset because one of the things that I noticed, unfortunately, is that a lot of stitchers that are requesting me on Facebook just have a totally different outlook on life than I do. And one of the things that you hear a lot of times is, well, why are you attacking my beliefs? I'm not attacking your beliefs. This is a belief. I feel, or due to my religion, I feel that homosexuality is wrong. Okay, great. I don't believe that, but you have your belief, I have mine, we'll coexist, and that's it, that's all. That's a belief. This is not a belief. That is targeting a real person, posting information on social media, and using a choice that they may have made in the past to create a false narrative. And a lot of times it's made to seem like because you are a homosexual that you're somehow going to hurt somebody's children, or, because of that lifestyle, that's the reason why perversion is created in America and different things like that. And so this particular individual literally posted the picture and the article to do just that, to get her like-minded individuals to go along with her, to be mean-spirited, and to just, say things that are not true. And it bothered me a lot. And I spoke up, and I spoke up in a not nice fashion. And so the point that I'm making is this. If you choose to request me on Facebook, and you are the type of person that likes to do things like that, you like to create false narratives, and you like to spread things that aren't true, you like to shame people that are different than you, you like to believe things that are not true about a certain class of people, or a certain culture of people, or people with a different religion or whatever else, don't request me. And also, if you're already connected to me and you feel those things, then please unfriend me. Not because, you're hurting me, but because of the fact that I'm going to continue to stand up for what's right. And I'm going to continue to stand up and call out bigotry and hate and racism, if any exists. In what I'm saying, I know it exists, but I'm talking about if you post something. And I don't care if you run around and tell people, well, Soulful Stitcher or Melanie, she just attacks my beliefs and yada, yada, yada. I don't care about that, dude. Like, I don't care. And then also this too, I'm not trolling people's pages. When you're connected to someone by Facebook and that individual makes a posting, it will come up on the people that you are connected to. It'll come up on their wall. It'll come up on their feed. So the reason why I call you out or say something like that is because something that you posted that falls under the things that I just talked about showed up on my wall. And because it showed up on my wall, I'm going to speak out every single time. And I do not care how you feel at the end of the day. Because when you open a door like that and you post things, then basically when you open the door, I'm walking through it. Bottom line. You know, and you can stop also with the whole unfriend thing and block thing. Because listen, we're connected by Facebook. In your life, when you were having hard times or you were having your children and you were celebrating your wedding, I wasn't there. And it's the same thing for me. So personally, we are not connected. To a certain degree, I don't know you and you don't know me. So you throwing around that you're going to unfriend me or you're going to block me, that does not matter whatsoever, dude, at all. And the only reason I'm not really saying what I really want to say is because this is the Year of Whips video, and some of you may have children in the background. But so I can move on, I'm just going to say this one last time. I'm going to continue to call out bigotry. I'm going to continue to call out hate. I'm going to continue to call out those that pass around false narratives. Because at the end of the day, the things that you're doing will impact me and my family some sort of way. And so the same way you feel that you have the right to do those things, then I feel I have the right to speak up on those things. At the end of the day, the number of subscribers for my Flosstube, at the end of the day, the number of acquaintances, I don't even call them friends, Facebook acquaintances, it doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is those who stand up for what's right, not afraid to, and if that means that we only have 5 real acquaintances or friends at that point, then that's what it is. So, moving on, let's talk about whips. I have posted some things on Instagram, so you may see these again, but some of you, may not have. And some of the whips I'm not going to show because to a certain degree they're considered haul. They're, patterns that I bought and stuff that I'm working on now. So let's talk about my whips. So first, I have Autumn ABCs. And I don't even know why it's taking me this long to finish this. This is absolutely ridiculous. I'm seeing people on Instagram, like, posting so many pictures of those, like the whole thing, like spring, autumn, winter, and I'm still on fall. Right. So this is where I'm at. Before, when you guys saw this, I was on the letter J, but I don't think I had the leaves finished. So I've actually moved on, and now I'm on the letter M. So I'm making good progress on that. And this is 28 count even weave, and I believe it is oatmeal. And as you can see, I'm stitching it over 1. So I made some progress on that. Next, here, we'll just do that. The next one I'm working on, which this one also I'm just being really slow and ridiculous at, is by Shannon Christine, and it is called Romance in Paris. I've seen this. And I now have made some progress on this as well. So this is where I am. I'm sorry. Yes. When you guys first saw it, I hadn't even had this finished. Oh, I'm sorry. I hadn't even had this finished. So I've gotten part of that done. Now I'm starting to work on the frame for the postage stamp. And this one is the first one. Okay, so I'm getting in there. But I think I have to go back and fix a couple of these because I think they're off. A couple of them are off. But so we're making some progress on that. And this is done on 28 count even weave. And let me see. I am not stitching this over one because of the fact that beads are going to have to be added to this. Oh, well, actually I have some, but beads are not have to be added to this. So this is not being stitched over one. I did dye it myself. One of the things I've been saying in Soulful Stitching is I wanted to, you know, learn how to dye fabrics myself, because of the fact that I'm just kind of quirky and there's, you know, certain colors that I think, or when I get a project or whatever, I'm like, ooh, you know, a certain color will go with that. And so I'll just go ahead and, you know, dye my own. And two, I just don't feel like spending $25 to $30 on hand-dyed linens and stuff that I may not even use, you know, because I just, you know, they don't go with something that I'm working on. Let's see here. Oh, I am making significant progress on this one. And actually, when I get finished this video, I need to do the Stitchy Witchy challenge, which basically what that is from October 19th to October 31st, we are to stitch for 1 hour for the group. Hold on a second here, because I don't want to offend Miss Donna by not having the actual group name correct. So let's see here. The group is called embroidery.com cross stitch and hand embroidery group. And Donna is in charge of that. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, and I don't want to butcher it. And so, you know, I've been working on that. So this particular one is called All Woman, which you guys have seen this before. Let's get the little cover page out here. It's this one. And let's take a look. So I have now, you see that a little bit, but I have now did to where I'm working on the hair. And so I love it. So when I get finished, I'm going to go back to working on her and getting some significant stitches done on that one. Let's see here. I hate saying but it just naturally happens to. So the next one that I kind of, did I really get it? I think I got some work on this one. Not really a whole lot, but this is 3 Pumpkins by Lottie Da. Oh, excuse me. It is Pumpkins 3 by Lottie Da. And I got a little bit more done down here. Not really anything to write home about. Every stitch counts, right? Okay, and let's see. Oh, my other baby that you guys are familiar with, which is Sky Blue Street by Soda Stitch. And I made some more progress on that. Let me actually leave that cover out so I can show you where I'm at. The last time you guys saw this, where was I? I just basically, I believe, I had stopped at the big tree. Okay. So I believe the last time you guys saw this, I was right here at this tree. But now I have started to move into the bakery. So that's where I'm at now. So let me go ahead and hold that up. Okay. So I was at the tree and now I'm at the bakery. Oh, and the other thing is the word shop was not completed by the dress shop. And so I completed that as well. The only thing I have to go back and do is add the other window, you know, above the word shop. I need to add another window, and I think that's in between cafe and dress. So, but other than that, I'm making some good progress on that. And I probably will use this as one of my Stitchy Witch challenges too, probably sometime later in the week, doing that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put that one back. And let me see. I do have some more whips, but like I said, they are considered haul. So as I'm showing haul, I'll show you those two. So let me see if there's any old whips. Yes, there's another one. Oh, okay. Rosewood Manor, Leeds House Sampler. And it was calling for sulky threads, but when I went to my local L&S, Susan didn't have them. So I'm using Splendor thread. And a Weeks dye, and just a variegated DMC in place of those. And I believe the last time you guys saw it, that I may have been at letter D. And so I've gotten all of those done, and now I'm actually working down here. Which, let me just let you see that again. Which basically on here, it's starting to come down into, well, I'm sorry, the W, it's starting to come down into this. So I'm gonna, you know, keep going, but sometimes I kind of move around just because, you know, you get kind of bored working on one particular section and or one particular color, and you want to kind of just get on with it. So now, let me just make sure. Oh, another one that's not haul, which is Hawk Run Hollow, Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. And I didn't really I made progress, but you know, it's not really anything to write home about. Do I need to open this up? Yeah, not really. So basically what I did is I completed the first block, not completed the block, but completed the frame of the first block. And now I'm actually moving into the design, the picture. So that's kind of where this one is at. So now we can get on to haul. So, but before we do that, a very special friend of mine sent me an amazing gift, which was this project bag. I love it. And the other thing that she sent was a little carrying case, which the project bag came in this. But what I use the project bag for is I have two locations that I stitch mainly. I either stitch in my office or I stitch in my bedroom. And so this is my case that I use when I stitch in my bedroom. It just has everything in here, like my scissors and stuff like that. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys this. Well, you know, but I now have gotten to the point. Yep. Your girl has to wear readers. Yes, ma'am. This is how we're rolling. Because literally I have found that either stitching over 1 or stitching over 40, stitching on 40 count, or even stitching over 1 on 28 or 32 even weed, and stitching on 40 or anything like that, I need them. Yeah. And the sad part about it is, I remember a long time ago that people would not really praise, but, you know, compliment the fact that I could see 40 count and not have to use readers and stuff like that. Well, I'm probably officially getting over the hill because I need them. So the carrying case, I love it. Okay. Now, let's continue with the haul. So one of the things that I got, it was a sow, and I don't remember the lady's name, and I'm sorry. She is doing a sow on Harvest Delivery by Plum Street Sampler. So I got that. And my favorite threads, Victorian Motto threads. Nancy created a thread pack to specifically go with those threads. So we're using stepping stone. Oh, excuse me. We are using this floss, but it's a substitution for stepping stone. We're using this, and this is a substitution for nutmeg, a substitution for pelican gray, a substitution for coal, and this is the substitution for caduzo. This is the substitution for pamilico, whatever. You guys get it. Correct me in the comments. Terracotta. This is the substitution for that. Crisp Bonbon. This is the substitution for that one. This is the substitution for whiskey. Tennessee whiskey, baby. And this is the substitution for, let's see what this one is, taupe. And last but not least, the substitution for apple cider. So Nancy had created a specific thread pack for that, and you know, I had to jump on that. Okay, so the next haul that I have here, oh, you know what? I'm going to show this one at the end. This is the next one. This one isn't really a recent haul, but because I felt like, oh, duh, I should have showed you the progress on Harvest. Wow, like really, Melanie? So my progress on Harvest Delivery is this. And I'm doing this one on 28 count. I don't know the color. And it's it's over 1. So I'm really loving the colors. They're beautiful. Okay. Oh, I forgot to do something. I need to put these threads back in. I don't want to mess up nothing. Be looking for my threads later and boo-hooing because couldn't find them. All right, so this next one is, what is this? Oh, this is haul. This is by Blackbird Designs, and this is called Eleanor Rigby and Sweet Baby. And I haven't started that yet. But let me see something. And what I did was the DMC alternatives, and it only calls for 2. No, it actually calls for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 413, 646, 3780. You get it. So I use the DMC alternatives for this, and I have not started it. Okay. Next up. I think I might have showed this one last time. I can't remember. But if I did, you can see it again. No harm, no foul, right? So this one is by Corey Batacore or Batacore. I don't want to butcher her name. Just forget it. It's a French name. I don't know. But she makes beautiful designs. And this one is called Sunflower Farm. And I just got the PDF. Like, I'm really trying not to have to, you know, wait for stuff to be delivered. If I can get a PDF and get it printed right then and there, that's what I'm doing. And this is my progress on that so far. And this is on tea and coffee dyed 28 count even weave, and I'm stitching that over one. Okay. Next up is this. This one is by Soda Stitch, and it's called Graceful Lady. And I actually have changed the skin tone, and I changed the color of the hat, or I'm changing the color of the hat. And so what I have done, then again, this is on 28 count even weave white, stitching it over one, and this is where I'm at. So on the picture, the woman's hat was like black and gray, and I'm actually using DMC 902, and her hair is just simply black. I could not remember. I believe her name is Stitching Fleur, and she was kind enough one time to give me hair conversions if you decide to change, you know, the skin tone. And for the life of me, I could not find where I had put that index card. So instead of butchering it and making it look a hot mess, I just gave her black hair. Okay, let's see. Oh, the next thing, which a lot of people are familiar with, is the design by Miss, what's her name? Oh, here we go. It is the design by Kristen Ashley, and it is the Pride and Prejudice Sal. This is part 2. And we use just regular DMC floss with that. And this is where I'm at. I have stitched all of part 1 and starting on part 2. 28 count, even weave, stitched over one, and I dyed it like a modded yellow. So I'm loving that. But hold on. Oh, okay, there's my needle. I have needles with all my projects, so if I don't see it, I get a little panicked out, and I don't like the way this is poking in my fabric. So let's go ahead and deal with that right now. So that's where I'm at. I love that one too. Yeah, I love them so much, but you know what I'm saying? Like taking all day getting them done. Right. Okay. Next. Oh, and the other thing is, to go with that, we are reading the book. And this is the book that I got. It is Barnes & Noble's Classic Edition, and I love it. It's hardback, but not really. So, okay. No. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Anything else? Oh, yeah. So this next project that I'm about to show you, I dyed this fabric, and it's like a light blue, because I wanted it to kind of be sky, right? So this pattern I'm getting ready to show you, it has some white in it. And you know how we really don't like working with white thread. So I tried various different things. I tried because I wanted to make like the snowflake, like really pretty. And I wanted to make the border of the pattern really pretty instead of just using the basic white DMC. So I was trying several things and none of them worked. So for January, there's a snowflake and there's a white border. So I tried silver diamante, right? No. I tried DMC silver metallic. No. I tried pearl. You can't really see it, but this is the opalescent color for diamante. No. I tried the B5200 white rayon thread. No. So basically what it came down to was that I couldn't use this. And that really made me mad. Like literally I had to frog 6 times the snowflake because it just wouldn't work. And the reason why it wouldn't work is because this is too light and the white just wasn't showing up. And I mean, do you imagine how the border and the snowflake would have looked magnificent if I could have got that opalescent to really work? So what I may have to do is go back and dye this a little darker, but I don't think so because I just chose another piece of fabric to work on and called it a day because at that particular point I was done. So unfortunately, the lady who designs it, she does not have a cover page for it. So I had to take a picture off of Etsy just to kind of show you. And I haven't really got the whole YouTube editing thing down, so I'm going old school on this. And where is it? Okay. So this is what it is. It is the 12 cottages of the month. And I'm working on January because as you can see from that cover, it's from April to December. No, you actually get the whole thing if you order the whole pattern. But I'm currently working on January. So with January, you know that it's you know, snowflakes and snow and a snow-covered tree and stuff like that. And it just the fabric just would not work. It would not work, and I was so livid because I just thought it would be pretty. You know, you got the cottages. Most cottages are out in the open and you got the sky behind it. So that really didn't work. And I'm trying to see right now if she actually has, because I think you can also buy the pattern separate. If you, I'm just going to wait and see if that loads up and then that way we can just move on and get on with it. So this is where I'm at. You use regular DMC for it. So I just decided to use this. This particular fabric is 36 count Edinburgh Samura khaki. And so I'm on January. And so now you can see the snowflake, and I just didn't think the opalescent would work that great on this. So I was so frustrated at that particular point that I just used the regular white DMC, and this is the top of the cottage right here. So that's where I've gotten, but this whole piece is going to be for all 12 of them. Okay, and let's see what else. Okay. And then, oh, you know what? Here's another whip I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this one done by Halloween, but I don't know if I'm going to make it. This one's Foxwood Crossing, and it's called It's Halloween. This one is hand dyed by me too, 18 count Ada, but I'm using Weeks Dye Works Onyx. And this is where I'm done. I'd used this for the last couple days for the Stitchy Witchy challenge because I really am trying to get this done. But like I said, when I get finished this, I'm going to go work on All Woman. And this is where I'm at now. The last time you guys saw it, I was at the skull right here. So I got a little more done. So sorry about that. That was another whip, but that's not new. I've had that one for a long time. Well, not a long time. Well, or maybe I have. Knowing me, I probably have. Sorry, I'm trying to get my needle back in here. Okay, where is it? Okay, right here. All right, so here are some other things. Let's see what I got. You already know that Little House Needleworks is my favorite designer. I love her. So I got this one, which is called New England Winter Sampler. And I'm actually going to start this in the month of December. One more time. And this is asking for some Gentle Arts and Classic Colorworks, and I am actually going to get those. I'm not going to use the DMC alternatives for that. And I got this one, and I got it again. This one is called Colonial Homes. So I'm going to end up taking this one to the Soulful Stitching Retreat in April and putting it, on the giveaway table because I have two. And then the other one I'm doing, and this is because Priscilla is doing it and I love it. And this one's called Farm Life. And this is mainly DMC and Classic Colorworks. But this is the thing. Priscilla has this amazing fabric called Whiteboard. And it's through Fat Quarter Shop. And I'm going to get a piece of that to actually stitch it on that. I've been going back and forth whether or not I wanted to get, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm not getting that fabric because I'm sitting here looking at this and there's a lot of white in it. And that fabric that she's using has it's a lot of white. So I don't really think the houses and the sheep and all of that's going to show up. So wash that. I'm just going to get 28 count, even weave, and coffee and tea dye. And that way the white will show up. The other thing I got that I had been wanting is Pumpkin Farm by Blackbird Designs. And I'm going to do that. And I just need to order the threads. And I'm probably going to start that one in November. Okay, last but not least, my wife was so sweet and took me to my local needlework shop yesterday. And so this is one of the patterns that I got. And I'm going to start this on my birthday. But I need to reach out to some of you because I want to change the skin tone, which means I would have to change the hair color. And so I'm going to need help with that. And so I'm going to reach out to someone who really knows how to do that and see if they can help me with that. And I may even change the color of the dress. But this is the sad part. I went ahead and kitted it up to a certain degree. I haven't picked the fabric yet. And I bought the original DMC with it. I know. So, again, me loving Little House Needleworks. I got this one. And this one is called Liberty 1776. And I believe I got this one also because Priscilla was doing it. And it was beautiful. And I did go ahead and get the over-dyed or threads for it. And they are calling for Blacksmith Blue, Straw Bonnet, Blackbird, Branded Pears, My Lady's Teal, Piney Woods, German Chocolate, and Endive. Indo. I don't know. But you get the point. So I went ahead and got the specialty threads for that. And then last but not least, this is so beautiful. I got this one called Robin's Song. And yes, I did get the specialty threads for that too. And it's calling for brandy, old red paint, straw hat, tufted yellow, mossy, roasted chestnut, English ivy, caterpillar, did I get straw? I bought straw hat twice, y'all. Straw hat again, so that I probably will just go in my stash, and La Tiara. So now I'm a little bit concerned because, no, I got them all. I just picked up an extra one of straw hat. Okay, and that's fine. I'm sure I can use it for something else down the road. So that's pretty much, that is all my haul. So now let's get down to the main reason why you checked in, baby. And that is the year of whips, 2020. Can you believe that? 2020 is upon us. Last night I was in Walmart and they had the nerve to have Christmas out, and we are not even done with Halloween and Thanksgiving. I was like, not today. Not today. So, the year of whips 2020, I have been dropping hints and letting the members of Soulful Stitching know that it is going to be turned up. And in my opinion, I'm turning it up. So the reason why I turned it up a little bit is because I felt like we really wasn't, no, not you, me. I felt like being relaxed in the ones in the past, we really weren't focusing on the true purpose of the year of whips. And the purpose of the year of whips is to really get those old whips that are sitting in our stash that are, we took the time to purchase the materials and everything, and we're not getting them done. And so I created the year of whips so, we could focus on getting those done. But I just felt like being so relaxed in the past, it's not happening. So I decided to turn it up. And I think after doing this for 4 years, because we did in 2016, 2016, I think it's fine. I think it's fine just to get a little tougher and to turn it up a little bit. So the theme for the Year of Whips 2020 is called the Year of the Forgotten. And what that means is we have all gotten hype in the past about a lot of salves that came out. I mean, all these different things. And we have forgotten about them. Some of us, most of us. This doesn't apply to everybody. If this doesn't apply to you, then it doesn't mean you. So, you know how it is. A new salve comes out and we're all excited. We're getting the fabric and we're getting the threads. And 6 months down the road, it's in the forgotten pile. So the Year of Whips is called the Year of the Forgotten. And also, 2020. Dude, that only comes around one time. We'll never see the year 2020 again. So, most of the things that we're going to do are going to be double. That's right, babe. Double trouble. So, the Year of Whips starts on my birthday, January 18th. So, let's get into the details. First of all, you have two options. Two options to do the Year of Whips. You can do it your way. You don't check in with me. You don't need to tell me anything. You don't need to do anything but do it how you want it. And you just don't qualify for any of the drawings or prizes. Then the second thing is we're actually going to have 2 drawings this year because, again, turning it up. The first drawing is, if you complete over half of your whips, you have your photo album done. You have your cover page. You have your picture of your initial start, and your photo album is labeled. You get to be in the drawing, which basically you will just get a cross-stitch related item or items. The second drawing is for the gift card to any of your stitching retailers that you really like. However, to be in that drawing, not only do you have to have over half of your whips done, but you have to belong to the group Stitch from Stash, and you have to participate in it. And Stephanie Kine and I partnered on that, and she does it in 2 sessions, 6-month blocks at a time. So at the end of each block, at the end of each 6 month, your account needs to be in the positive. And that's how you will qualify for the second drawing. And I do have to pride myself and say, I don't put everybody through all of this and then I only give you a $10 gift card. No, it's pretty decent. So you need to join her group, and you need to make sure at the end of each 6 months that your account is in the positive. And the picture of that needs to be in your photo album. So, if you are interested in being in the gift card challenge, not only do you need the cover page of each whip, a picture of the starting point of each whip, your photo album labeled, each whip labeled, you need to include 2 pictures showing at the end of each 6 months your account was in the positive. Now, as far as the December account, by December 15th, you need to show me the picture is in the positive because, we close it out and then we start getting ready for Year of Whips 2021. Okay? So, the minimum whips that you can have is 20. Why? 10 times 10 is 20, and we're in the year of 2020. You can have more than that. However, what number you choose, it has to be double. Meaning, if you choose 30 whips, if you choose 20 whips, so I did that wrong. I'm sorry, I did that wrong. The minimum that you can have is 40. And the reason why 40 is because 20, that's 40. And if you do 30 whips, it actually needs to be 60. If you do 40 whips, it actually needs to be 80, and on and on and on. So I made the mistake. Let me clarify that again. The minimum you can have is 40. If you do more than that, then you need to double the amount. Okay? If you don't have 40 whips, you may use new starts. Okay? If you are having a financial hardship and the reason why you don't have that, you can reach out and we will give you links to all kinds of free sites where you can get patterns. Don't use Pinterest because Pinterest, puts a lot of illegal designs on there that, the designer did not give permission. Now, this is the kicker. 16 of whatever number you choose has to fit in the acronym of soulful stitching. Now, I will be flexible on that. So you have the letter S. You can use, for instance, Sky Blue Street. Or you can, however you can make the pattern fit reasonably. Meaning, okay, Sky Blue Street starts with the letter S, so that just automatically fits. But however, Sky Blue Street, the pattern itself demonstrates a street of cafes and different things you can use. So that pattern would fit anyway. Why? Because S could fall for street, or S could fall for sunshine. And when you're out and about and you're the bakery and you're watching in the pigeons or whatever is going on, 9 times out of 10, it's nice and sunny. So you could use the letter S for sun, but it really has to fit. Like, it really has to fit. You can't just, S is for snow, but yet the design doesn't have any snow. So it really needs to fit. So let me say this again. Out of all of the whips that you choose, the number, 16 of those whips needs to fit in the acronym Soulful Stitching. And you can do whatever you want as long as the pattern really fits with the letter. I'm not going to get that crazy because that would probably even get on my nerves. So we'll just leave it at 16 of your whips need to fit in this acronym. And however you can make it fit and it really does fit well, I'm good with that. Doesn't even matter. Okay? Now, we are also going to have a DMC and specialty floss challenge, which means every month I'm going to choose a color and you have to use that color to fit in a design some way, somehow, right? So, of course, if you don't have specialty floss or you don't have that particular specialty floss or you just don't use it because you can't afford it, then of course I will post the DMC alternative. That's not a problem. So again, every month there will be a DMC color or specialty floss that you must incorporate into a whip. Then you need to update your photo album every 3 months. So you need to go in and you need to post a picture. So you have, let me see here, because it's a lot easier a lot of times if you demonstrate visually. So this is what I mean. Let me go into Soulful Stitching. Let's see, where am I? All right, here we go. And let me go to photos or albums. And let me see here. Let me find somebody that I know. Brenda. Okay. So I'm going to use Brenda as an example. Brenda has her photos, right? You see all of this. She has all of her photos. Shoot. She has all of her photos. As you can see, you might not be able to read them. That's not an issue. But you see, each one is labeled. Each one is labeled. All of her photos is labeled. Not only that, she has the cover page of the design. She has a photo of where the initial start was. Then what she has done is if you click on the picture, in this particular case, she used a new start. So what she did was she came down here for the comments, because last year you didn't have to do it 3 times. You only had to do it twice. You only had to do it in January with the initial, and then you had to show a finished one. But see what she did? She came in her comments of that particular picture and she posted the finish. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. You create the photo of your whip, you label it, and then every 3 months in the comments you show, so the 3rd month of January, February, March. So in the comments, you're going to put March 2020, and you're going to show me where you're at. Then April, May, June. Then June 2020, you're going to come back in the comments and show your progress for that. Then July, August, September. July, August, September. September, then you're going to come back and show where you're at. I'm just using that as an example. I'll figure out the actual 3 months, but you get the point. So that's how I'm looking for the Year of Whips albums to look. Cover page of the design. Picture of the initial start. And in the comments, I'm looking for 3 photos of updates for every 3 months. If you choose to do a video, the only thing I need you to do is take a snapshot of your video cover page, like when we show our Flosstube, and put that in the album. You only need to put that one time. Just put a snapshot of the YouTube video, and so that way I know what to go look for when I'm going to see, okay, did you show your cover page? Did you show your whip? Did you come back and update your video each time to show your progress? So if you make a video, I just need you to give me the snapshot of the title of the Flosstube video for the year of whips so I can go find it on YouTube or whatever else, okay? And then full coverage designs count as each page counts as one design. However, the pattern must at least be 10 pages. And I'm not talking about the little page on page 12 that has this much and there's only like 2 stitches. No, it needs to be 10 full pages of stitching, and that would be considered 10 whips. And then also any design that is monthly, sectional, mystery release, band sampler, cottage, ornament, house, whatever, each one is a whip. So if, like for instance, that one design that I'm showing you that I'm doing with the 12 cottages, that's 12 whips, okay? Then we're going to also have seasonal challenges. I haven't really come up with those yet, so we'll get to those as we do them. But I mean, I'm going to be working on winter because January, February will be here. But here are some sales that I'm going to use for January when we talk about the year forgotten. Some of the sales that come to my head that we all did in the past. And I kind of made up a little cheesy type of slogan, not really title, you want to call it, to kind of go with these, just to kind of make you guys laugh. So I'll give you an example. January is called Just Be a Lovely Lady. So for the month of January, you can do any pattern that's like Celtic ladies, princesses, fairies, or those Joan Elliott ladies that, are on there and then they're like from London or Rome or something. You can do anything like that. February is called Teddy Pendergrass. Why? Turn out the lights. And then that particular pattern is going to be Lantern Lane by Little House Needleworks. Why? Lantern is a light, and according to Teddy, we're going to turn them out. So then March, I flip my hair back and forth, right? So what's going to go with that is Magazine March. Why? Because we flip through magazines. Then we have April. It's private. Why? What's private? Which is diaries. And what was a Sal in the past? Snowflower's Diary Sal. Then May, we have Don't Talk Me to Death. Why? Because we're going to use any wordplay design. Then June, Got Beef. What does that go? Any long dog Sal. Why? Hot dog. Then July, State Your Position. Why? Patriotic. States of America. And then what that means is we're going to use any pattern that was done by Chelsea and Priscilla. Any Real Housewives of cross-stitch patriotic design. So any Sal that they did in the month of July that symbolizes patriotism, you can use that. August, we got Pucker Up. Why? Because lemons are sour. Most people drink what? Lemonade in summertime. So any design that has lemonade or lemons in it, you can use for August. Then September, you're reading too much into it. Why? September, back to school books. So any Sal that has books related to it, you can use it. Then October, you're my boo thing. Boo, Halloween. So you can use any past Halloween Sal. Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow or There's a couple one. I can't remember off the top of my head. Then November, I've got my eye on the pie, which, you know, is technically I got my eyes on the prize, but we got our eye on the pie. Why? November, pie. So you can use any past sal that has food in it. And then December is why? Oh my gosh, I just messed that all up. YMCA. And so why are we using that? The village people. And how does that connect? Santa's village. Or my meat is bland, because you know sometimes if you don't know how to cook, Christmas dinners can kind of be bland. And how does that fall into it? You use seasoned meat. And then how does that work? 'Tis the Season by Blackbird Design. So for December, we got YMCA. And then, so you can use Santa Village and do that one. Or My Meat is Bland, and you can use 'Tis the Season Sal by Blackbird Design. So they're kind of cheesy, but I thought they were fun anyway. So that's what we're going to do. And of course, I will post all of this stuff in the soulful stitching, so you know. Now, what that means is this, guys. You can have all the whips that you want to, but at least one of the whips needs to fall in this category for each month. That's what it means. You just have to have one sal that, you know, correlates with this forgotten sal. And everything must be a sal of the past. Remember? Forgotten. You forgot about it. So it needs to be a sal of the past. Not something that was just created in 2020. It needs to be a sal of the past. So if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. But this is one thing I will say for all of my new people. The old people, you know this already. I am not going to take time to answer questions that are answered in this video. I work, I'm busy, and sometimes I just don't feel like it. So I'm not going to repeat myself 80, 90, 100 times. So if you ask me a question and I know it's in the video, I'm going to post the link of the video so you can go watch it and get your answer. Anything else I may have forgotten? I don't think so, but that's pretty much it. We're turning it up double. It's the year of the forgotten. You either go big or go home. I'm not flexing. I'm not changing anything. I'm not doing any of that. If you step up and say that you want to be a part of the challenge, you know what the rules are. I hate saying that because we're not kids. You know what the expectations are. So if you're willing to take on the challenge, then you're willing to follow those expectations so you can be a part of the great stuff that'll come. So you guys have an amazing day, and talk to you next Flosstube.